Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the YouTube Troy, aka Papa Berto, and I wanted to throw my first impressions at you for Dengeki Bunko fighting Climax. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna probably tell me that, oh, you know, Berto, I already know what you're gonna say, because to be honest, I've been hyping the living hell out of this game since before the release date. And the reason why I was hyping it so much is because the game came out in Japan like a year ago. And before it came out in Japan, I was really hoping to import the game and you know, upload it here on my channel before it came here to America. I didn't even think it was gonna come out to America. I was honestly upset because, you know, the anime fighters, like there's a lot of anime related games, for example, for my Vita, okay? That I really wish I could have, but I can't because they're in Japan only. I don't understand Japanese. There's no point in me getting a game where it's all Japanese, because let's say, for example, there's an RPG in Japan called God Eater 2, and I want that game. I want it for my Vita, but I can't get it because at the end of the day, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. Like, if they tell me do this thing on this quest, I don't know what the fuck they're saying. It's in kanji, right? Like, I can't read that. So there's no point in me getting a game that I can't understand. Now, I will tell you this though, the game has its negatives, all right? And I'm gonna point them out real quick before I even move to like the actual positives and what I think about it. The negatives, for one, is the size of the roster overall, right? It's a very small roster if you look at it from a fighting game perspective. You know, rosters tend to have a little bit more than what this game has. I think this game has about 14 playable characters and something along the lines of like 23 support characters. You know, that's a little too much, all right? That's a little bit too much. I don't like games when they do this thing where they have support-only characters. I think that it ruins what would be a great chance to make the roster a lot better, all right? That's why I don't like support-only characters. But regardless, there's 23 of them on this game, and there's 14 playable characters. I don't like the fact that there's more support-only characters than playable, to be honest. But that's just how it is, all right? I still enjoy the game. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention was when you search for rank matches, you do take a little time in between matches to find a lobby, which could be kind of aggravating. You could wait something along the lines of a minute, or you could wait something along the lines of 3 or 4 minutes. And it's a pain in the ass, to be quite honest, because I will give him this, all right? The game has kind of like, you know, I would say search parameters. So you can choose whether to look for people that have, you know, full bars of connection, like a really good ping, or you can search something along the lines of people that don't have rage quits. So people that don't have rage quits cannot fight with you at all on ranked. And I think that's a good thing. I think it's good to filter out the bad seeds when it comes to fighting games. But at the same time, it takes way too long to find matches. Specifically on ranked. On player battles, it's not a big deal. On player battles, the lobbies, you know, they come down pretty fucking quickly. So now let me just start out with the positives real quick, okay? The game has a very, very, very easy learning curve. But then here's the issue, okay? And this isn't a negative, by the way. But after you learn the basics, you really gotta put in work to learn the rest. Like, to be able to master this game, you gotta put in some work. This game is not one of those mash 'em up games like Naruto where you can, you know, tap one button and then you can do a whole combo. You can't do that here. I think this game does give you an option where you can do, like, let's say square, 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 and now you can do like a small little combo. But other than that, that's not gonna save you. That's not gonna save you. You actually need to learn mix-ups and whatnot. That's what you need to learn. Now, for the next thing that I wanted to mention was that this game in general has a very fun factor to it. All right, regardless of the roster, regardless of the graphics, regardless of everything else, this game is fun. It's enjoyable. I know a lot of you guys might say, well, you know, you're still in the honeymoon phase, so you might be saying that because the game is new. And no, this game is a fresher breath air. If you haven't fucking played a 2D fighter in a while, shit, I think even if you played Persona 4 Arena, I think even if you played that game, you will still enjoy this one. Because at the end of the day, you know, I will admit this game isn't as complex as Persona, at least I don't think. Because on Persona, there's a lot of complex combos that I couldn't understand. In this game, I could kind of do combos without really worrying too much about it. And this game is good because you can play it. You can just pick it up and play it. But you're not going to necessarily be guaranteed a win or something. You can play it and have fun, And at the same time, like, it doesn't punish you for not knowing a lot of stuff. Like, you can still have a lot of fun regardless. And that's what I like about a game. Specifically a fighting game, because, you know, I do like fighting games a lot. So now, overall, man, like, there's gonna be a new version of the game coming out on the PS4. I think I've already mentioned that, I'm not sure. There's gonna be a new version of it coming out. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, to be honest. I'm not very sure, because at the end of the day, I just got this, and I couldn't fathom, you know, buying a game simply to play it for 2 months. That's just not who I am. So I might get it if I come across, you know, some extra money. Obviously, I could get it. But other than that, I'm not planning on it. Now, can this game be a good game for YouTube? It doesn't seem like it, to be honest. It just happens to be one of those games that people are not very interested in when it comes to YouTube, right? Because I'm a YouTuber, I can see that. A lot of people have been very vocal, and a lot of the people that subscribe to me have been saying, you know, just keep uploading, and I like it, I enjoy it, it's a breath of fresh air. Because a lot of people just in general don't like seeing Naruto anymore. And I feel that's where most of that, you know, breath of fresh air comes from them just not having to see Naruto when it comes to being one of my videos, you know? So, at the end of the day, I think that if you guys are on the fence of this game, you know, I'll give you guys 2 options at this point. I'm not going to tell you to get it, and I'm not going to tell you to not get it. What I'm going to tell you is, if you want, you should wait maybe until a month after the game has been released and see how people react to the game, right? Like see if there's a decline on players, see if there's a decline on opinions, and like see how people feel about the game in general. If not, I would say take the dive, you know, spend the 40 bucks on the game and play yourself, and you might enjoy it. You might see whether it's something for you or not. Now, the question is, do you have that $40 to spend on something that you might not like? I don't know. That's up to you to decide. Anyways, guys, I'm out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I plan to do this a lot more often for any game that I decide to bring to this channel. Because obviously, I don't want to just be a Naruto channel. Naruto will always be kind of like the bread and butter of this channel, obviously. But it will not be the only thing on here. Alright, and I really appreciate you guys for all the support you've given me on this Fighting Climax videos that I've been uploading. I really appreciate it. So, for those of you guys that are watching, keep on watching. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I'm out. Peace.